Good evening, folks. Tonight I want to talk about your heel and what that has to do with the rest of your body. So you can see that I've once again pulled out these pages. One is the foot and the other one is the body to discuss a little bit of the connection between the two. So the heel here, so this is the heel here, I'm dividing in three parts: outside in line with the pinky toe, center, and then inside in line with the big toe. The one thing that you want to know about the heel in reflexology, because this is one of the theories that we use, and I'm trying to get you to be sensitive to feeling the connections. That's my job. That's what I see my job as. So the heel is the hip. As you can see, it's the outer hip on the outside, the center, and the inside. So you could think of this as the inner sit bone going towards the tailbone and the sacrum. And then you could talk about the center of the rear end and the sit bones, and then the outside of the sit bone and the outer hip muscles, okay? The deep hip rotators. So when you're standing on the footballs in this area, whether you're leaning, every place that I'm talking about would be at the top of the ball, the apex of the ball. So if you're putting the outside at the apex or the center at the apex or the inside of the heel at the apex, you would be accessing those lines related to the hip, okay? At the same time, you'd also, in this vertical zone theory, this is a body zone picture from the International Institute of Reflexology, you'd be thinking about these in line with the outside of the body, the center of the leg coming up into the center of the body, and the inside, right? So when you're there, let's say you have an inner thigh problem, you might be thinking about working on the inside of the heel because that's in the same line. You might see what happens, or an inner knee problem, an outer knee problem, an outer hip problem. Even though this is the shoulder reflex, it can even open up your shoulder from the outside line here going upward. So think about your body that way when you're doing the foot exercises. Pick one tonight to do, let's say with the bumpy foot wakers. Just pick one and just explore when you're moving around, rocking back and forth here, and sinking in an area for a while, then sinking in another area for a while, then take a walk. Where do you feel it? Then try the middle, then try the inside. Okay, so just think if you have a tailbone problem, or maybe your hips rotated inward and your tailbone squished a little bit, or you have a sacral problem. Think about what this could do for you. So that's what I want to discuss tonight, something very, very basic, but something I use all the time. And really, we never talk about because many people don't even talk about reflexology, let alone zone theory, which is the precursor to reflexology. Have a nice night.